You know you want more. You want these things and you know what they are. But do you have the capacity and the time? Do they fit into your life or does something need to go?
People will go to a financial advisor or an accountant to see where their money's going. But isn't your time just as important as money?
This really highlighted to me that a lot of that kid family time wasn't actually quality time.
I've tried to pay my kids to put the socks together and they refuse. So I'm constantly looking for a sock friend.
I think it really highlights where you're not spending time where you want to. You know you want more. You want these things and you know what they are. But do you have the capacity and the time? Do they fit into your life or does something need to go? This episode is your no BS practical rundown of how to work it out and how to sort it all out.
All right, let's break it down and let's be super, super practical right now and look at this. Let's talk time. You got a paid job, which we do. So you've got X amount of hours already gone from your week. You have kids, or you don't have kids, but either way, there's probably going to be washing. There is cleaning the house. There is driving kids to sports or a job, which you get to do all of the above. You have to get them ready in the morning, which for me is a lovely challenge. So there's another X amount of hours gone from your week. Then you work on a side hustle that you want to turn one day into your main source of income. There's another like X amount of hours gone a week. Then a curveball blows up your whole week, or maybe if you're lucky, your whole month or your life.
My life in my case.
Yeah, even on a daily basis, you get a curveball thrown at you like, oh, there's my day just like blown up.
Yep.
You've got some amazing goals. You love to see it. You love to do it to ourselves. But do your goals line up with how much time you have in the week? That is what we're going to talk about. And are you setting yourself up for failure here?
So I have failed many times.
That's okay.
In the time,
if you don't fail, you don't learn.
Category. What I did, a simple tool that I use, and Rachel's also used this tool
I love
as
this
well.
Tool so much.
And I usually just do it in my head, but I thought I'm going to put this on paper because it makes way more sense and it just is set out a bit nicer. But a tool that I call "Where is my time going?" So
I like it. It's a good reality check, this tool.
Yeah,
it really smacks you in the face sometimes.
And I actually am surprised at where my time was going. And even when I reassess using this tool, where my time is still going, where I thought I'd pulled back from or added extra into. So in a week, we have 168 hours. We're going to get a little bit mathematical here.
Yeah, 7 times 24.
168. So our sleep equates for if you're getting around 8 hours of sleep a day, which we should be.
Yeah.
Last night, maybe not so much, but 56 hours of sleep in a week.
Yep.
So that goes to about 30% of your time.
Yep.
33.
That's a lot of time when you think about it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually quite a lot of time. You need to sleep less. No, I'm joking. No. You don't. We definitely want 8 hours.
And I will tell you why later.
So then we've broken it down into some categories. So we've got 112 hours left after sleep.
Do you know that doesn't actually sound like much? When you put it into that 112 hours.
It doesn't sound like a lot, does it?
I'm panicking now because I don't have many hours left.
Yours are full. What are you talking about? You've allocated all your hours.
There's not enough hours in the week.
So we've broken it down into paid work. So work that you get paid for. There's paid work. So that might include meetings, emails, driving, to and from work, overtime, any other paid work. You might have a side hustle. Then we've got our kids and family category as well. So that would be school drop-offs, preparing their lunches, quality time, hanging out, play dates, driving to and from, partner connection, and then family activities. So that's a big category as well. You'd hope it's a big category.
Yeah, it definitely takes up a lot of my time. That's for sure.
And I feel like, that category sometimes is more of the commuting stuff than the actual quality time.
Yeah,
which is what this exercise.
It's driving them to school. It's driving them to sports. It's their schedules.
And this really highlighted to me that a lot of that kid family time wasn't actually quality time.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
We'll circle back. Then you've got your health and fitness. So for all those people who say they don't have time, health and fitness, if you're doing 7 to 10 hours a week, is only about 5%.
Yeah, you do.
So
and
it's
when
really
you're
not that much of your time.
Like those chunks of hours, like I think once you do something like this and you're like, oh, there's 10 hours left of my week. Let's make 5 of them some 30-minute workout.
Exactly. Then I actually allow for downtime. So this does include a few things. So it includes rest, TV and scrolling, because we all know we do it. So
Well, we
I'm not
do
going to
it-
discount
No,
that
and
part.
you do it anyway. But I think as well, some people will be alarmed at maybe how much time they're spending in that category. And I'm not saying you shouldn't, because we do still need to rest and recover and actually just
Yep.
relax the mind and all those
Yep.
things. But I think so it could go both ways. Like
Yep.
where you're like, oh, I'm actually not spending enough time relaxing. Or you're
Yep.
like, oh my God, I'm actually spending way too much time.
I actually don't like looking at my screen time.
No, me either.
Because I actually do emails from the couch sometimes
Yeah.
and work from the phone, which is not ideal.
No, but I also run my laptop and my phone all the time during my work hours. So I feel like my screen time is not actually accurate to what is maybe like, it's not doom scrolling.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of that, to be honest. I'm probably a minority in that sort of area. I do scroll. Usually it's for work.
Yeah, I agree.
Usually I'm
Yeah.
scrolling, researching.
I'm sending you reels that we need to film.
Exactly. Yep. And I'm doing the same. That category was actually not as high as what I thought it would be in relation to the rest side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then chores and admin. So this one
life
is
admin.
everybody's worst category. Nobody likes this category
Nah.
at all. So that's your
Life
cleaning,
admin is.
your laundry. I know, I love you call it life
I love
admin,
the name
yeah.
life admin.
I got
Like,
that
it
from
really
you.
just- oh, thank
I
you.
called it chores, but now life admin
Life
just
admin
sounds
takes over.
fancier.
Yeah.
But it actually is not fancy. It's the cooking, which you probably like that part.
I do like the cooking.
But grocery shopping, bills, budgeting, errands, just
And you know what? That's where you actually spend a lot of time on your phone. So, and again,
a
I've
portion
seen
of that time is a
Yes.
crossover.
Because
Yes.
you are paying bills on your phone, you're booking in
Yep.
the kids' dental appointments on your phone, you're doing the school permission slips on your phone. I do the groceries on my phone. Like,
Yep.
there's not much I
So
don't
you can
do off my
deduct a
phone.
little bit
Yeah,
out of that
see?
category.
I told you
Put
that
it
my
into another
screen time
category.
isn't that high.
And then the last category is fun and creative projects, which is my favorite category,
Yeah,
obviously.
and you should be having fun. Life
Yeah,
is too short
exactly.
to not be spending a few
Yep.
hours a week on fun.
Yep. So that's our hobbies, creative projects, side businesses, learning, socializing, and your passion projects.
Yeah.
So for us, our side business is like our retreat business,
Yeah.
I would say. And then we've got our passion project, which is the podcast that we're doing,
Yeah.
which is becoming more part of our lives and becoming more into the side business stuff. But it's so cool that we can take that creative category
Yeah.
and make it part of our lives and our jobs and our income.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, quick pause. Because if you've been feeling like you need a reset or a night away, this is for you.
We've just released something really special, our Yarra Valley Retreat One Night Escape, designed to help you switch off, move your body, and feel like yourself again.
Think Pilates, bar, boxing, pickleball, which honestly I'm really excited for, wine tasting because we are in the Yarra Valley, plus a practical nutrition session with me. There's even the chance to have a nutrition one-on-one appointment with me.
And I'll be running a journaling session to help you get clear on what you actually want and maybe resetting your direction.
You'll wake up at the beautiful Balgownie Estate to the most delicious breakfast, after our morning Pilates workout, that is.
It's one night, but designed to feel like you've been away for a week. Short, but exactly what busy women need.
Spots are limited, so head to thepilatesretreatclub.com.au to book your place. We would absolutely love to see you there.
So they're the categories. Rach and I actually did the tool and we filled it out just as a bit of a reality check on what our life is today.
It's
So
an absolute reality check. But you know what I think is really funny is no one does this, or not that I know of. No one actually sits there and
Yeah.
calculates their time. But people will go to a financial advisor or an accountant to see where their money's going. But isn't your time just as important as money?
time can't change.
No.
Time is what it is.
That
It
is
now.
so true.
It's-
So you can go earn more money, but you cannot go get more than 112 hours in your week because you are
No,
going to sleep
you
your 8
can't.
hours a week.
Yeah,
8
and
hours
that's
a
why
day.
this is so important to do. So it's a bit of a where is my time going assessment. And yeah, so what did you
All right.
tell me? Give me your assessment. Tell
I've
me
got
where
them
your
written
time's
down.
going.
Look, I didn't actually go down and actually give you all the hours per each part in each category. I just categorize them.
Yep.
All right, so we've got paid work. Now, mine can differ week to week, but on average, and this isn't great, it's about 48 hours.
Yep.
It's a lot. Like
Yeah, that is a lot.
I do work a lot, and I know that, and that's probably not going to change.
So that's
'cause I'm a
probably more
workaholic,
up
maybe.
around the 30% mark.
Oh, she knows
I
the
would say.
percentages, I tell you what.
Nobody actually calculate that because I could be off, but I think it would be around that.
Do you know what though? I probably put in a lot of our retreat stuff and podcast stuff into that because it still is some sort of work. There's a lot of spreadsheets being
So
run.
I've sort of put that into my fun creative projects, but so we'd probably be similar
yeah,
in
similar.
that. Yeah.
But it's still, and as much as it doesn't feel like work, it is still work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
put down
building.
40 hours.
Yeah. Yours is
which is
probably more like
average.
48.
But give or take,
Yeah,
that's just my average.
Yeah.
All right, kids and family, go.
All right, I put down 27. And I worked
Yep.
that out because I really do. It's an hour and a half in the mornings for me to get these kids breakfast, clean up after them, get them dressed, nag them, drive them to school. So for me, it feels like there's a lot of time there, and in the evenings to do the same. And I still have a little kid who's 3, and so I still have that bed bath
You got a routine. You need routine
thing going on. So mine feels like it's up there, but I'm curious, what's yours?
I put 25 hours.
Same.
I took 2 off for not having a toddler. However, teenage boys are super duper hard to get out of bed. Insanely hard.
You also have to drive them to jobs.
Different schools.
Yeah.
Oh,
or
and
to
jobs.
school.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got a different school run, although I have a daycare and a school run. And I guess they don't necessarily, they still do sport, but then they do PT. They have the stuff.
They do random.
Your kids are out all the time.
Sports.
You're
and
driving
jobs
those kids around everywhere.
Well, 2 of them work. So I find, but this category is one, and I want to ask you your thoughts on this as well. So when you did your sort of assessment of it, I found that a lot of my time was actually not quality time.
No, I agree.
It was more just being with them and taking them to the places that matter.
Or getting them ready.
But it was
to
sort
the
of
places
like,
that matter.
I don't know, going for a milkshake and sitting down and
Your boys aren't going to go for a milkshake with
no, they won't be
you.
seen in public with me. No, I'm kidding.
I tried to hug my 11 or 10-year-old this morning. She's no. See you, Mum. Like, oh.
Not in front of everyone.
I know, I'm so embarrassing. No, I agree.
Yeah, that did surprise me a little bit on
it's like life admin, but it's the kid admin. I feel like there's a lot of that kid time isn't, like you said, quality time. It's getting them ready. It's driving them to places. Although in saying that, I remember someone saying this to me years ago, you'll spend a lot of time in the car with your kids, driving them to sports and stuff. Make that your time to actually give them some heavy-hitting questions and what did you laugh about today, or asking them for those ones.
Sort of said to me, I can't even remember who it was, but they said to me, all kids need, and I think it comes from some sort of study, is 10 minutes of time with you.
Yeah, but proper like
one-on-one.
connection.
No one has a phone. And usually at bedtime is when they'll open up.
It's so true.
And you know what? Ever since I heard that, I always make sure I go in and just spend 5 or 10 minutes in there with the kids, especially the boys being teenagers.
Yeah,
they don't necessarily want to hang out. They don't want to watch a movie with me anymore. They don't want to just.
Embarrassing.
They barely want to sit and eat dinner with us.
They don't.
Yeah.
They
don't. So a lot of that time, that quality time, I think, is underassessed. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
When you do this, I think that I realised there was a hole there.
Like to, and I guess it becomes a goal. And again, this probably comes back to the last episode talking about that feeling and stuff. Like having probably more time in my week to go do those fun mum things and not just make it all admin.
Although you do fun things. I think you do. You do concerts. You do lots of cool
I do love a
things.
concert.
Except, see, I would do concerts, but my kids probably don't want to
go. So, but you know what?
Me
So
to what I
maybe
go
10
to.
years ago, you were probably doing more fun things because your kids would do it. You've got one kid that'll still hang out with you.
Oh, Ella. Yeah, she's my little bestie.
Sidekick. Yeah. So and then I have my problem is I like to do that one-on-one with the kids like I did the other night with taking one to a concert. The other one then kicks off. It's not fair. You did
She
this.
forgot that you took her not long ago.
I feel they keep count and they're like, I need to go do this now and I need to do that. Gus doesn't care. Gus just has no idea what's going on.
He's too young.
Like when I think you asked me like when we went away to Uluru, does Gus care? I'm like, Gus, do you mind that Mum's going to Uluru? And he's like, I've got cheese balls. And we're like, cool. Gus doesn't care about much. So at least that he's still my little mate.
Anyway, so that did highlight some areas for me, and it sounds like probably for you as well.
Yeah.
So we move on to, tell me, how much time are you spending working out, which is one of your big things?
Oh, it is, which is funny because it's only about 9 hours a week.
Yep.
And that is my workouts. It's walking. I don't spend enough time probably rest and recovery side of things.
Yeah.
And that
which is all
I
part
know
of it.
is a big highlight for me. My workouts, I can realistically, if you're working out 30 to 40 minutes a day, 5 times a week, it's actually not going to be that many hours per week when you think about it. But it's the other parts of it that I'm like, oh, yeah, I should probably actually spend a little bit more time on those things.
Yeah. I was very similar. I put 8 to 10 hours because every week
I'm
varies.
in the middle.
Every week varies for me.
That's true, yeah.
But I think I'm lucky, and I probably get a little bit complacent with the workouts that I do as part of
Yeah,
work.
because that comes under paid work for us
I feel like
as well.
it comes under paid work, but also I am working out.
Yeah.
So I do account for it. So
But it's
I can
not
probably
in- I
take away
guess-
a couple of hours there.
But it's, I guess, the mental part when you're not on and working out. So maybe that's like the recovery part as well.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. And that only equates to about 6%.
There you go.
All right. Now, here's the big one.
Okay.
Scrolling, downtime, rest and TV.
So
Give me your hours.
Because my screen time is actually not relax or downtime. I actually put down 7 because I actually
Including
don't sit
TV,
down.
Netflix, reading.
See, here's the thing. I would like to read. I don't. It's on my goals list to read more at night. So this will go up when I start actually achieving my goals. I would probably watch a little bit of TV at night, but that's the other thing I do is I'll have my laptop on my lap while I'm doing it, probably paying bills. So do you know what? Probably some of my life
You're doing a
admin
bit of
and
crossover,
downtime
yeah.
crosses over a
Yeah.
lot because I don't
not
just sit there.
uncommon.
No.
Because you remember when you're on the couch, that bill you haven't paid or that tuition
everything.
slip for
Yeah.
the kids
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. I actually potentially overestimated my time. So I put 15 hours, but that's including TV, social media, reading, podcast, YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's about
See,
9%
again,
at 15 hours.
See, I'll listen to a podcast, but I listen to it while I'm folding washing. So then I can't stick in one category, can I?
You
See,
across
I'm
all the lanes.
I know,
That's what you are.
I can't stick to it. Even my workouts, half the time they're paid work. And then the next minute, my relax time is actually crossing over with my life admin time.
I feel like my chores and life admin crosses over with definitely my downtime as well.
Yeah.
So I put
think that's
15
just
hours
mums,
of
isn't
like
it?
cleaning, laundry and all those things, but they do cross over into my podcast time as well.
Yeah.
So there's probably a couple of hours there I could probably take back off my
Let's be honest, you can't take them
off my
back because
timing.
those things still have to be done. Funnily enough, I had 15 hours for life admin as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
that paying bills. I think you had in it even spreadsheets and stuff like I do spreadsheets for like
Everything.
everything. I love a spreadsheet. I have it for my budget, for my to-do list. So I feel like that even comes into it. But then there's like, I don't know, there's just always something that you have to be filling in a form for. Always.
Yeah.
And as you know, I also spend at least an hour a week looking at how I can get frequent flyer points.
Oh yes, you do, but that's good time spent.
Yeah, that's basically
think
paid
that's
work when
quality.
you think about it because I'm like paying for things with it.
I know. I'm so glad you got me onto all of that. Then the fun one was our creative project. So what did you put down?
Okay, so remember that I put like podcasts, retreats, all of that. I actually consider it's more paid work because it is like
Yeah,
a job
yep,
in that
yep.
sense. As far as fun goes, I've only got 6 hours left in my week.
You are not fun.
I know.
I put 9
But
hours
my kids
for
and
mine.
family come under. They've got the chunk of my time. So
Yeah.
everyone else gets
Yeah.
just a little dribble.
Yeah, I actually did put retreats and podcasts under fun creative projects, even though it's paid.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a crossover. But yeah, so that only equates for about 3% of your time. So after I
So in
said
other
all
words,
of
I'm not
that, you are so not fun.
I just work all the time and take care of my family.
So after you've assessed all those categories,
Yeah.
really what we want you to do is reflect on what takes more time than you expected, what category gets less time than you need,
Yeah.
activities, what are the activities that energize you? For me, it would be the fun stuff, and which activities drain you.
Do you know what else I think is really good once you do something like that is you can then go back to your goals list. So for example, you've got a goal of writing a book, or you've got a goal of creating an app, or maybe going back to uni and studying and stuff, but you also can't let go of your paid income because you've still got a mortgage to pay for. And as we know, we're in a cost of living crisis. So those things are
Yeah.
not changing. So if you then go, oh yes, but I'm going to do it. And if you just set your goal as those things and didn't do something like this, I feel like you are setting yourself up to fail a little bit because
Yep.
when you look at that, like for us, I can't fit a full-time uni degree as much as I'd love to into my day, into my week, into my month because when I look at that time, I'm like,
Yes.
is what if I was going to do something like that, or I was going to write a book, or I don't know, something along those lines, I would have to take something out because my 112 hours are gone. And as much as I probably don't sleep necessarily 8 hours every night, I should be. And I know that needs to become a priority. So then where would it go? So where can I take hours from? And I think that's when this becomes a really cool tool. I would then have to cut back on paid work. But then what does that mean? That means that I can't pay my mortgage probably.
Yeah.
And then if I cut back on my kids' time, I'm going to have to pay for someone to take care of them.
Yeah. So either way, yeah.
Yeah.
It has to, it's an assessment that has to happen. And I think it really highlights where you're not spending time where you want to.
Yeah.
So that emotional connection.
Yeah.
So family is always connected to
Yeah.
emotion and love. And then I think if you aren't having fun, you've got to take out of your life admin, like get a cleaner.
Yeah.
And Rachel's really big on,
Wow,
on
that
outsourcing.
does bring me to my next point. So if you've done this little activity, as we've done, and now, or even if you're just sitting here mentally calculating in your head those hours and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm out, like we're out of hours. All right, we're going to give you our best tips to actually getting a little bit of time back, because it might be that you actually do need to change those categories around and things like that. But we've got a couple of little hacks here that we're going to give you that might just give you a little bit of time back.
All right. So my first tip would be get yourself around people that are living the same life as you.
They get the chaos. They need
understand
to understand
the chaos. They'll help you out at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
So that's your mum friends. They're the ones that are going to the same place every day.
Yeah.
They're dropping off kids.
They're at your school,
they're picking up
probably.
kids. They're probably your coffee friends.
Yeah, 100%.
So I
they
would
will
say
pick you up the coffee because they're already at the coffee shop.
Yep. And they'll know when your day's chaos.
Yeah.
They're the people you can call upon when you need a hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say for me, my mum is a big supporter of everything I'm doing. So I can call on my mum at the drop of a hat.
She can take some of those kid hours back for you.
She does, and she spends quality time with them. She'll definitely pick up, drop off, do the things that support me.
Yeah.
So that's the other one. So I'd be outsourcing to people where you can, where you can, and where it's for the kids and everyone's happy.
Yeah.
So that would be my one. Get people around you that will support you, and you can support them back as well. So you can sort of do the same.
I think having someone like a couple of people, especially if your kids are school age and stuff, that you can call in for pick up or drop off when you're panicking, things are going wrong and things like that, that will save you time and a lot of energy.
Agree.
All right, so my thing, and again, you just touched on it, is outsourcing the things that you can, because at the end of the day, you can't actually do it all. Like, as much as we're sold that line, like you can do it all, I'm not doing it all. As much as I want it all, I can't physically do it all. And I know this is probably a really privileged thing to say, and it's probably not the case for everyone, and I'm aware of that. But I actually don't have family that live close by. Unfortunately, that, and with little kids, that can become really challenging. And as I've said, I work a lot of hours. My 112 hours are taken. So and so is my husband's. So I do outsource. And again, I know this sounds privileged. I have a cleaner that comes once a week, and she's amazing. And I have a lawns guy once a fortnight that comes. So yes, it's only 3 hours a week of help. But that literally gives me back about 8, because
in income as well.
Yeah.
So you're probably working in those hours
100%.
where you're creating an income.
Yeah.
And you might have a portion of that income paid to those services.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't necessarily think it's privileged if you're using the time effectively. If you're using
if you're wasting your time.
Yeah, if you're just sitting there.
I also look at it as what takes them an hour takes us for some reason 8, and it's the stop start with the kids. Someone wants a snack, they're fighting probably, and you've got to break them up, or now someone needs picking up, so you stop starting where they can just come in, do their job and leave,
focus on their niche.
Yes, and they're good at what they do, where I will get distracted and go on my phone.
Half a job.
Yeah, exactly. And so things take a lot longer where they just get in and get it done. So while I'm paying for 3 hours of help, they're probably realistically giving me back around 8 hours a week is how I look at it. It's also that mental capacity. I think if my husband's he works more than me. And so the last thing he wants to spend his weekend doing is the lawns and doing the yard. And look, there's still some things he's got to do to upkeep. But having that means that he actually gets the time back with the kids.
Yeah, it's going back to that quality time with the family.
So even though, yes, I'm out making an income during that time, what that's doing is giving me back kid time, fun time. And I think that's just as important. And it might be other things as well. I know it may not be a cleaner or a lawns person or things like that. Before and after school care can give you back those few hours as well. But it's even things like foods or something along those lines. Or
simplifying dinners is massive.
Yeah. Or lunches.
Meal prep is really cool.
Yeah.
That's something that we've done on and off over the years, which definitely made our lives easier. We do fall off the bandwagon, though, from time to time.
Or outsource it to someone else. There's actually so many meal places out there that make some really good quality foods. Again, I know it costs some money, but if you're getting your time back, sometimes it's just worth it.
Yeah, but if you can't outsource it, do it on the Sunday. Do the 2 hours of the easy stuff, bulk load it into your freezer, fridge, whatever works.
Do you know what else I have outsourced? And I actually got this from someone from our studio. Is I've outsourced feeding the dogs and unpacking the dishwasher to my 2 eldest kids. She was telling me that they have to do it for a paid income at her house, and I was like, brilliant, I'm bringing this in. So one child has to do the dogs every night, feed the dogs and take the bins out. The other child has to unpack the dishwasher telling you, that was a game changer for me. They still complain about it, and I may or may not pay them an extra $2 a week to not complain about it. But I figure I'm teaching them some life skills and I'm getting my time back.
I'm glad that works for you. In my house, my 2 boys work for Chemist Warehouse. They do paid jobs, so they will not do chores for paid money.
I would be like, I'm charging you rent if you do not pick up around here.
I know, literally. But they do, look, my kids do help a little, but it's not consistent.
Yeah, look,
but
to be honest, we're only about a month into this, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
But I have heard of other families where they're like, if you want, again, their kids are that little bit older, if you want to live here, you can live rent-free, but you have to do things around the house. Yeah. Otherwise, you're out.
I really want to chat to you when they get to that age because I don't think you're going to kick your kids out.
Probably not, but I will make them do things, hopefully.
I suppose another thing that I believe in is letting go of things that don't actually matter. So a lot of people spend time worrying about the things that don't matter. Sometimes the house isn't perfect or whatever it is. There's a pile of washing.
But is anyone's house actually perfect?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. Definitely not mine.
No, mine's not.
But I feel like the worry sometimes can be more stressful than the actual problem.
And so then your mental capacity is actually taken up, and then that takes your time and then your energy and things like that.
So that's another one I would say.
And look, I'll be honest, my washing goes on the spare bed most of the time, and it's if you want to find your uniform or your socks, you can go find them yourself.
We have a sock basket.
Yeah, same.
And they are not all paired.
No, 100% they are not. And I've tried to pay my kids to put the socks together and they refuse.
It's hard when they're all black and white though. Finding the right pair.
Completely off topic. And this might actually save you a lot of time actually. This might be a great hack. A girlfriend of mine was telling me that everyone has the same pairs of socks. So, like, it doesn't actually matter. You're not looking for a pair. They all pair.
If you're all the same size foot.
Well, no, I think, I guess her and her husband, I don't know how she makes it work. But I'm like, that's actually not a bad idea because I'm constantly looking for a sock friend.
I got to be honest, I pair odd socks sometimes because they're the same colour.
I'm
not my socks, but everyone else's in the house.
If they're the same colour, I think that's fine. Yeah. It gets weird if you're wearing like
a short one and a long one.
Yeah, you can't do that. No, there's rules with odd socks. All right, so just putting on my little nutritionist hat here for a second. But this is a really good time saver, and that is meal prep and meal planning, which you just touched on before.
I back that 100%.
And I get that people go, oh, but that takes time. Yes, it does. But it's probably like, 1 to 2 hours on a weekend or whenever you have got time. And I think that's probably the number one thing I would tell people. It doesn't have to be on a weekend. It can literally be on a Monday afternoon or a Tuesday morning or whenever it fits into your life. But it does actually give you back time during the week. And it gives you mental capacity back. And I think that is something that is underrated as well.
I cannot stand the comment, what's for dinner?
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, my God.
I read a book.
I can't handle. Yep. So that's one thing that I do appreciate meal prepping for.
Yeah.
And I always choose simple meals. I love the bake and go. You just throw it all in a container, throw it in the oven.
Yeah, I do love a bake. Yeah.
And then let them cool down, throw them in the fridge and you're done.
Yeah, that's we do that for our lunches, meal prep lunches, where I don't have to cook anything first. You know what I really hate? When you used to have to brown things in a pan and then pop them into another dish and then do this and do that, cook rice.
Too many steps.
Too much. Put everything into a baking dish, pop your foil over the top, throw it in the oven, talk to me in 45 minutes.
Done.
Yeah, done.
Agree. I love that tip as well.
I think breakfast, and obviously that's a really good lunch. Having breakfast in the fridge ready to go is also a game changer. You don't realise how much decision fatigue you'll have in the mornings deciding what's for breakfast or making breakfast. Your morning's already hectic. If you can take that time back and make it in your meal prep and it's in the fridge ready to go, whether you have to heat it up or if you're having it cold, whatever it is, like some overnight oats or baked oats.
Breakfast is the easiest meal prep going.
Oh,
it's like
so
yogurt,
easy.
chia seeds, all the things that you've told me to do.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Berries on top and it's done. It's literally like a minute.
Yes.
It takes more time getting the things out of the pantry than actually making it.
Yeah, and then it's just done and it's ready and waiting for you. And so then your decision fatigue's gone, but you're also then fueling yourself so you've got more energy to spend in your 112 hours. And the other thing I do love, like you said, what's for dinner? You're planning, look, you're not necessarily going to meal prep 7 dinners on a Sunday afternoon. No, I get that.
I do about 3 to 4 days max.
Yeah. I don't even know if I do that, but what I do is I make sure I know exactly what is for dinner. I sit there and I take 10 minutes, probably while it's my crossover times. Yeah. While I'm watching TV, I will literally do the meal plan for the week ahead. And what that does do as well is it saves that decision fatigue. But then my grocery shopping's easier. I'm literally like, okay, cool, this and this is what I need, this is what I have. I don't waste my time on my app adding things to my basket that I don't need.
I call Andrew while I'm at the shops. I'm like, have we got this? Have we got that? And he's like, oh.
Yeah. So it definitely does make it help with that.
I go through waves of meal prep, so it's like on and off, and I will do it. And then at the moment, our meal prep is not, we've fallen off the bandwagon, but this has inspired me to get back on it.
Get back in it. Get back in that kitchen.
I think our final tip, and I feel like we both do this, is be organised. So little things the night before, like a Sunday night. I do it every night, but especially on a Sunday night when you know you've got a full pelt week ahead. Make sure your washing's done.
Yeah.
Get your clothes out for the next day.
I think that's the biggest one. I think this is a game changer.
Have you
Getting
planned
your
for the
stuff
day?
out the night before. I'm at my kids all the time about it. Get your stuff out the night before. Because when you don't, it really does. What should take an hour to get ready in the morning now takes an hour and a half because you're looking for things.
And you're probably looking for them for two other people at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're a mum.
Yeah,
But so that lunch is made the night before if I can. So I like to do that.
Yeah.
And that scheduling of the week ahead. Super important.
I love
for
that
me.
schedule the week ahead. Like I love spending 30 minutes again, probably while I'm on the couch. I will map out my entire week. But I also schedule in my things like my workouts, sporting drop-offs, meetings, tasks. I love scheduling out my week so that I can see exactly what's happening. It just gives you that
it goes back to your time. It goes back to your whole
I know that my
schedule
time's
and
allocated.
the reality of where the time's going.
Absolutely.
You know where you've got to be.
Yeah.
So that's one of my big ones as well.
And you also do, you and I both do this. We get up before the kids.
Getting up before the kids is massive for me.
Yeah.
Not even just for being prepared, but that mental clarity that you just spoke about. My mind is clear. I might check my emails. I'll be ready. I even have my shoes on. I like having my shoes on.
Yeah.
I feel ready to go then.
You're like, you're not one of those people that you're like,
such a
shoes
weirdo.
off in my house. I do love getting up before my kids. And I guess a lot of people with young kids will be like, my kids get up so early, so it's not practical for them. But I still think getting up early with them still sets you up for the morning because you're still then not behind. It's really hard when obviously if your kid's like a 5 a.m. or a 4:30 a.m. wake up, you're not getting up before them. But I do think as they get older and things change, like still keep that routine, still keep that wake up.
Time.
Again, I will wake up early. Some days I get 2 hours to myself. Sometimes I get 5 minutes. It just depends when that little boy pops his little head into my office and I'm like,
And it's not perfection that we're striving for.
No.
It's just giving yourself that little bit of clarity, that little bit of structure in your week or your day. And I feel like our reality check tool really does help with where your time is going.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have our download available in the show notes if you would like to do that.
Find out where your time is really going.
Exactly. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Changing Lanes.
We hope you found some inspiration, learned something new, and enjoyed hanging out with us.
If you love this episode, be sure to let others know about it by rating, reviewing, and don't forget to subscribe.
If you want more of us, then be sure to head over to Instagram and follow us at Changing Lanes Podcast. See you at the same place next week.
Bye for now.